Jim Ellis Automotive believes that buying a car should be quick, easy, and convenient. Hi, this is Buck Ballou speaking on behalf of my friends at Jim Ellis Automotive Group. When you're ready for your next car, truck, or SUV, I invite you to visit jimellis.com. It's the easiest way to shop and compare more than 5,000 new certified pre-owned and pre-owned vehicles. Find the right vehicle that's right for you and use the Jim Ellis Expressway to start or complete your entire purchase online. Calculate your payment, determine the value of your trade, secure financing, and more. At Jim Ellis Automotive, you can shop from the comfort of your home or on the go with your mobile device or in person at any of our 21 family-owned and operated dealerships located throughout Metro Atlanta. Jim Ellis Automotive also provides at-home services including test drives, new vehicle delivery, and some service appointments. Ready for a quick, easy, and convenient car buying experience? Visit jimellis.com today. Jim Ellis Automotive, where you can always expect the best.
This is an Extra 106.3 podcast. To hear more live and local content like this, tune into 106.3 FM or download the Extra 106.3 app. Extra 106.3 and a Second Chance Bail Bonds are here to back your blue. Back Your Blue highlights special initiatives, criminal justice programs, and community events aimed at keeping our communities safer. Join a Second Chance Bail Bond CEO Daniel Matalon and host Tug Coward to learn some good news about and from the law enforcement and justice communities. Now it's time to Back Your Blue on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra 106.3 app.
Welcome to Back Your Blue on Extra 106.3. My name is Tug Cowart, and I am with Jesse Philibom. He is filling in for Daniel Matalon, who is the CEO of a Second Chance Bail Bonds and a Second Chance Monitoring. How are you, man?
Doing good. Great to see you.
It's great to have you. Our guest this morning is Miss Jacqueline Bridges, and she is the mayor pro tem from Carrollton, Georgia. How are you?
I am doing amazing, as always.
I love it.
When you get up, you got to have a smile on your face and put your foot on the ground and just take off running.
Ready to grab life by the tail.
That's
I love
right.
that. That's right. Too many people don't do that, right? They get up and they're eating into it, you know, and when they really need to get up with that enthusiasm that you have, it changes the outlook, changes the day.
Yeah, if you get up with a positive provision and a process, and then you can defeat the enemy.
Yes, ma'am.
And you can create victory before you get started.
I love it.
And that's how you achieve everything that's coming upon you, because it's going to come.
Yeah.
But you don't have to use it as a negative.
That's right.
You turn it around as a positive.
That's right. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since we're already down this path, what is the way to do that? Like, what's the way to put your best foot forward first thing in the morning?
First thing in the morning, you tell yourself, don't let your adversities be your downfall. Let them be your stepping stone to success. So when you look always to the hills which cometh your help, all your help come from the Lord.
Amen.
So you have to be a positive person to be able to lead, because you think about it, your energy what sets the atmosphere for the day.
You know, this is something that I've been working on. It's so funny you bring this up. It's what I've been working on for the past 6-8 months or so, maybe 9 months or so. And I picked it up from a message at church, and they were talking about Paul being in really, really bad shape in jail, and like he was so grateful at the same time. You would have never known that he was in the situation he was in because he was so positive. And it talks about in the good book, embracing the struggle, embracing same praise that you give on when things are going your way. You want to give that same praise when things are hard. And that is something that I have been doing lately, or trying to. I'm not saying I don't know that I've succeeded quite yet, but that's my goal anyway. I know where I'm headed, and that is to, even on those days that are difficult, have the same attitude, have the same, be the same way, and embrace the struggle. And I never in a million years thought that this would be something that I did, and maybe it's just a little bit older. Maybe it's because I listen at church better. I don't know what it is.
You just got to grow.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's it.
You can't stay in the same place and expect to grow. You can't keep the same mindset and expect to grow. You have to change the way you look at things. You have to have an open mind. That's why I started my nonprofit, reconnecting back with the community. You got to connect with your community to balance your community. And with doing that, it takes a village. It takes all of us. No one-man show. It takes the village. So when you reconnect the dots, you can see different challenges that you have, but also you can see how you can overcome them.
Yes, ma'am. I believe you. You're not going to convince me, Jesse. I know in the line of work that you're in, sometimes you have those difficult days.
Sure.
And sometimes the people that you're working with, the folks that need the services that y'all provide at a Second Chance, are in rough situations. So I would imagine this is something that would probably benefit you too, and the whole team, just resetting that mind, to be in a good place to help people when they're not in a good place.
It starts with understanding that, you have to know what you're walking into, and accept the reality. But we always look to achieve a laugh. I know that seems a little bit strange, right? But a big reward for us is by the end of the process, we've got a laugh out of the person we just helped out of jail, or maybe their loved one that, came in and had no idea and they were panicked about the situation. If you can lighten the mood and, you can achieve the result they're looking for and brighten their spirits by the end of it, they're walking out of there with a smile on their face. That's the biggest victory we could ask for.
That's awesome, because like in the city of Carrollton, let's say for an example, we talking about jail and putting a smile on their face. Well, we have a mobile crisis unit. The police department has a mobile crisis unit. We got 2 of those. So instead of sending the citizens to jail, they send them to mental health hospital to get help, which is Tanner Medical, Willowbrook. So instead of saying, okay, this mental health patient citizen, it got an issue, but we don't want to take him to jail because that's not going to solve the problem. It's going to help them. So guess what? When you send them to mental health to get the help that they need, then you put a smile on their face, because that stopped that citizen from going to jail. Because that's reconnecting your community, jail, policing, your health. We got to connect it all together to make it make sense for the balance in our community. So when people start seeing the counselors on the mental health crisis unit build the foundation with the citizen, which has the mental health through policing, you got a win-win situation on your hands.
I love it. I think it's great. And let's be honest, laughter is the best medicine. Always.
Yes.
It's good for your soul. I mean, that's where you come back to center, if you will, for a lack of a better way to describe it. I think that's got to be my true north every day. I need to smile. I need to be grateful. All those things, Jackie, and
Absolutely.
I feel like I see that from you too.
Yes, because I was homeless in the community at the age of 14.
Hold up, say that again.
I was homeless in my community, in which the ward that I served at 15 years old.
That's extraordinary. That's the American dream personified, if you ask me.
And I tell people all the time, that's why I say don't let your adversity be your downfall. Let them be your stepping stones to success. Because when I was 14 and I was homeless, I didn't have a clue. I didn't know where I was going to go. I didn't know where I was going to sleep, and I didn't know what I was going to eat. So in the process, when I had my daughter, I was pregnant. So I had to leave my daughter with my grandmother. I'm like, I can't take her with me because I don't have nowhere to go myself. So I told my grandmother, my aunt, will y'all keep my baby till I find me a place to live. So I did just that. So I went from homeless, staying on the street, to moving into projects at 15. From moving into projects at 15, moving into my home at 19, buying my first home and the home that I reside in right now.
That's unbelievable.
In the city of Carrollton.
Amazing story.
At 19 years old. So I know you have to set the foundations in your community. That's why I always use my testimony to build strength. Your testimony can give the citizen hope when they in a dark place thinking they can't survive, whether it may be jail, whether it may be homeless, whether it may be any situation they feel like they can't make it. That hope from that citizen or that leader, give them the hope. And the Bible tells us that, give the person a reason of hope that lies within you. So I want to be the beacon of light that they can find, that they change your mindset. You're not in poverty, it's your mindset. That's why I focus on mind setting. Change the way you look at things will change. Things, how you process and navigate in the community will take you in another direction. But it's still, at the end of the day, it'll bring about victory. Because when you put God first, you can't lose.
Amen to that.
Number one. Number two, you got to change the way you look at your outcome. And a lady asked me the other day, she said, Jacqueline, how did you get out of homelessness? I said, honey, I was living in the project, but I saw New York. so New York, like, this is the place I want to be. The mindset. And you got to speak those things as though they were, and they are coming to full fruition.
Jacqueline, it's amazing. I mean, your energy is infectious. The things you say are so encouraging and infectious as well. You glow when you smile. You glow when you speak. A lot of people can say this. You know what I mean, Jesse? A lot of people say the right things.
Right.
She's living it. You can see it.
She's walked that walk.
That's a different. I see people on TV and social media and YouTube and whatever. They're saying the right things, but they ain't. I don't know that they're living it. There's no way for me to know if they're really living it. I can see it in you.
And my whole perspective of living is, I could have died being homeless. I could have been raped. I could have been killed. But God said, not that one.
Mm-mm.
I got a job for her to do.
That's right.
Because she's going to inspire the world.
I love that.
I want to inspire the world. And I'm in the process of finishing up my first book. Wow, the girl behind the brushes. From homeless to success.
I love that. That's a great title.
One woman's journey.
That's a great title, and it sums it up so well. It's mindset, and I love the fact you brought up mindset. As I was talking to a guy that my son is a college baseball player, and I was talking to a dad that's on the team, and his son is there, and his son's been scuffling a little bit, struggling a little bit. And he was like, I just told him, it's all about mindset. You got to clear your mind, go to the plate, you're clearing your mind, and he lived it. His dad played big league ball. It's incredible. Mm-hmm. And we got to talking about mindset, Jesse, and it was all about if you tell yourself you can run a marathon and you believe yourself.
You can do it.
You can.
You can do it.
You can. And look, I've not convinced myself of it yet.
Yeah, when do we run it?
I've got some time I'm still working on it. I didn't say I perfected it. I just know what needs to happen.
Your marathon might be something different.
See, I love that.
Your marathon might necessarily be
you got that out.
Your marathon might be changing lives of other people in your community.
Ma'am. Like you.
Your marathon might be making somebody smile at the jail.
That's right.
Know your marathon. Stay in your lane.
See, I love that. Know your
Put
marathon.
that on a shirt.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
You got another line to benefit reconnecting back with the community. You could have a line of T-shirts that have sayings that you just threw out. I bet you threw out 5 right there, and that could ultimately benefit the people that you're trying to help. With the foundation to begin with.
Absolutely.
Again, know your marathon may be the most profound thing I've heard in I don't know how long. I mean, it doesn't matter if you have on the news. It doesn't matter if you have on TED Talks. It doesn't matter what you got on. I don't think I've heard anything as profound as that, and it's so simple. It goes back, Jackie, it goes back to the things in life. The simplest things in life are the best things in life.
Are the best things in life, and I tell my kids all the time, when you do good things happen. Because if you don't wake up with an attitude and the integrity to do good things, bad things spirits will come upon you, and we don't do that in my world. No negativity in my world.
That's right.
We don't do that. We don't like division. That's why I created the Reconnecting Back with the Community. Reconnect your resources in your community for each citizen that's on a different level, because every citizen is on a different level. They're not on the same level. Don't judge them. Help them. Don't judge them. Prepare them. Don't judge them. Speak positive inspiration to them so they have the hope within you to inspire them.
I love it. When we continue, we're going to talk about how you're helping, some of those things that you're doing, some of the things that the Foundation Reconnect Back to the Community is doing, stuff about church, the things that are inspiring people and how to help people find out what their marathon is. Next on Back Your Blue with Jackie Bridges. She is the Mayor Pro Tem of Carrollton, Georgia, the person that runs the nonprofit Reconnecting Back with the Community, along with my buddy Jesse from A Second Chance Bail Bonds. He's in for Daniel Madelon today on Extra 106.3.
Jim Ellis Automotive believes that buying a car should be quick, easy, and convenient. Hi, this is Buck Ballou speaking on behalf of my friends at Jim Ellis Automotive Group. When you're ready for your next car, truck, or SUV, I invite you to visit JimEllis.com. It's the easiest way to shop and compare more than 5,000 new, certified pre-owned, and pre-owned vehicles. Find the right vehicle that's right for you and use the Jim Ellis Expressway to start or complete your entire purchase online. Calculate your payment, determine the value of your trade, secure financing, and more. At Jim Ellis Automotive, you can shop from the comfort of your home or on the go with your mobile device or in person at any of our 21 family-owned and operated dealerships located throughout Metro Atlanta. Jim Ellis Automotive also provides at-home services including test drives, new vehicle delivery, and some service appointments. Ready for a quick, easy, and convenient car buying experience? Visit JimEllis.com today. Jim Ellis Automotive, where you can always expect the best.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. Okay, you're driving along. Suddenly you hear that horrible sound of metal and crunching. It's an accident. Even if it's a little minor fender bender, man, that could be a nightmare. First, obviously, take care of yourself. But before you make a deal with an insurance company or anybody else, call David Van Sant with Van Sant Law. You know why? Because he used to work for the insurance company, so he knows how to get the right settlement and right away. Van Sant Law, don't forget, if you don't get paid, they don't get paid. Protecting your interests. Insurance is great, but it's complicated. 855-GA-INJURY or vansantlaw.com.
Extra 1063 and a second chance bail bonds are here to back your blue. Now back to the show on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 1063.
If you need to be encouraged, if you need to know what enthusiasm is like, you have picked the right show to listen to today. This is Back Your Blue on Extra 1063. My name is Tug Coward, along with Jesse Fellebaum. He is the Director of Operations at a Second Chance Bail Bonds. He is in for Daniel Madelon, who is the CEO. Our guest is Jacqueline Bridges, Mayor Pro Tem of Carrollton, Georgia, lifelong Carrollton resident. And she has also started the nonprofit called Reconnecting Back with the Community. Enthusiasm is maybe your nameplate. Like when you walk into the office there on the desk, does it say Ms. Enthusiasm, or people just read Jacqueline Bridges and they already know?
No, they
CEO,
just
Chief
told
Enthusiasm
me.
Officer.
There you go. I like it.
I'm going to tell you what they tell me when I walk into Carrollton City Hall. Jacqueline Bridges, you just like a ray of sunshine.
I love
you
it.
brighten up the day. And I can't be sad because you motivate and inspire people. I said, I can't be sad. They say, nope.
What happens when you do have a tough day?
I look to the hills which come from my help, and all my help come to the Lord, from the Lord. So guess what? I pick myself up by the bootstrap and keep on moving.
That's right.
That's because you can't let grass grow under your feet. You got to keep on moving.
I love it.
You got to keep on moving because from homeless to success, I would never forget the experience I had living that life. And now I am a successful woman in my community. I don't have nothing to be sad about.
That's
Not
right.
absolutely nothing. So that's how I empower people through my nonprofit. I created a program called HELP. Okay, Mayor Pro Tem, what's HELP? You got to teach people how to be healthy mentally. If the parents are not healthy in their home, they can't teach the kids because it's mental health. So we got to think about a healthy mind, right? You got to educate them what to eat to stay healthy.
Yep.
And then leadership, initiate leaders as yourself to motivate them to lead because it take a village, right?
Right.
So you got to initiate more leaders and help them develop leadership skills. And then thirdly, initiate productive projects, such as the one I do in the community, like giving food and clothing to the community, feeding the next generation of leaders, which would be the next generation coming behind you, helping them understand you have to be a servant. You have to go serve and not be served, and not look for a pat on the back. If nobody pats you on the back, pat yourself on the back and keep on walking.
I love it.
Because you got to be able to say, I'm doing this out the goodness of my heart and not looking for a reward. But at the end of the day, the reward that you should be looking for is your name put in the Lamb Book of Life and receive your reward from God.
Amen.
So when we walk by faith and not by sight, we can navigate a little bit better. And that's why I created that HELP program through Reconnected Back to the Community. You got to reconnect by health, education, leadership, and initiate productive projects on a one event.
I love it. Healthy, education, leading, and productivity. Gosh,
Absolutely.
It's back to simple. It's so simple. Help is a simple word. We all know what help is. We know when we need help. We know how to give help. But then when you break in the acronym and then it builds something off of something so simple but says so much.
You know, when you speak, the words that we speak should speak volume in our community. That's why reconnecting was so amazing when I thought about it. Reconnecting. Okay, reconnecting. Your mayor and council, your policing, your fire chief, your
community
school
servants,
systems,
the school system, the
your
churches,
nonprofits, your clergy. So we have this. The police chief and the clergy have developed this luncheon that we do every month. You got your policing, you got your clergy, you got your nonprofit, you got your elected officials, you got your school system under one event.
All the movers and shakers, everybody that can help make a difference.
Everybody that can help make a difference. And guess what? When the community sees the powerful impact of the leaders coming together, it balances your community out. It balances it. So if something ain't balanced, it's going to be off, right? And I always tell people the example, when Jesus hung on the cross, he was balanced. He wasn't leaning. His shoulders were straight, but he hung naked before the world to save our souls. He died for the sins of the world because he had no sin.
Amen.
So with that being said, we got to think about balancing no matter your circumstances. Balancing whether it may be the police or, go all the way back down to jail, people going to jail. We can't kick them that go to jail, but we want to help them.
That's right.
You gotta think about mental health. You gotta think about all the resources that you have in your community to balance your community out. You got like I said, the mental health crisis unit with, leaders and counselors that's licensed to make sure they operate effectively, making sure the police have the equipment and the tools they need to put in their tool belt to navigate in the community. You can't ask for a better community. You can use the mayor and council to navigate the system so it'll be balanced, so we can do things effectively in the community under one event.
I love it. And that's the thing, teaching people that they're not victims. It's what I'm hearing from you. Mm-hmm. They're not victims.
You ain't no victim.
You're not a victim of your circumstances. You're not a victim of someone else that has tried to be ugly to you or mean to you. You're not a victim. Mm-hmm. You are only a person that has incredible potential if you're willing to put it forward.
And you got to look in the mirror.
And you got to look in the mirror. That's right.
You know what I tell my students when I go to the schools? Look in the mirror. What do you see? And I said, do you see what they see? Or do you see what you see?
I love that.
And I said, when you look in that mirror, you say, I can, and I will. I'll never give up, never quit. I always keep my boots on the ground to strive, to lead, and to operate in a positive attitude with your integrity in your community.
At 19 years old, you bought your first home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't think of one 19-year-old that I know that has ever bought a home. Jesse, anything?
Well, then factor in kind of the start.
The circumstance around it, of course.
No, but I don't know any 19-year-olds, even with spoons in their mouths.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Do that.
I've seen 19-year-old buy a car and probably sign a really bad interest rate.
Maybe an apartment. But
yeah,
that's about it.
It's exciting because you think about it. This young girl, homeless. You don't know where you're going to sleep. You didn't know where you're going to eat. And when you get the opportunity to buy a home, that was a favor of God on my life.
Again, that's the American dream. I don't know how else to put it. To go from homeless to having a home and doing it on your own, doing it in spite of the hand that you've been dealt, or in some cases, and I'm sure you see this, Jesse, with the hand that you've dealt yourself.
Sure.
The things the mistakes you've made.
Sure. The other acknowledgement I want to give you is that not only did you turn this into a great scenario for yourself, but you've taken the opportunity to go and turn back to the community and try to make lives better and promote the positivity and raise people up. So truly astonishing what you've done and continue to do.
A hand up. Yeah, I think that's what I hear too.
Oh, yeah.
Not an out, but an up.
Right, because handouts, it almost seems like handouts, like those come and go, right? You get somebody that can help you with that one time, but when they give you what you're providing, it's all internal. That's a hand up, I believe.
Absolutely, because I understand that life circumstances is the best teacher. I've lived through homelessness, molestation, beat by your parents, living on the street. That's a life lesson experience. I learned a long time ago, you can't tell what you don't know, and you can't lead where you don't go, right?
That's right.
So if someone hadn't experienced if I hadn't experienced these things, I couldn't motivate anybody. People, like we were saying earlier, people say these things. You got a good talk, but did you experience it?
Yeah.
So I know.
And are you living it?
Are you living it? I know how it feel to be homeless. I know how it feel to be all alone by yourself. I know how it feel to feel like the whole world against you. And then you tell yourself, am I alone? Or what is this, Lord? And he said, well, you know what? The battle is not yours. Now you go serve as I command you. Love your enemies, friends, whoever it is.
That's right.
You got to be the example. And not only they're going to see the example, but they're going to see God in me pushing through. You got to push your way through. You got to persevere, because that's the only way you're going to change lives, not by fake and doing things you know you didn't do. I don't want to talk about nothing I didn't do. I want to talk about things that I've achieved so I can inspire you and I can inspire that one. Some young girl on the street that's pregnant and homeless, baby, come here, let me talk to you. Some young lady had been molested by her family members. Come here, sweetie, let me talk to you. Never give up, never quit. You press your way through.
I've lived it.
You press your way through, because I did that before.
How do you handle the situations where they don't immediately listen? Because I would imagine that they've heard you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. I've been told that my whole life, and I've gotten to this place in life where I don't feel like I can do it. How do you work through that with people? Because I can't imagine everybody says, you know what, Jacqueline's right, I got it, I'm good. Life can be tough, and sometimes you need a helmet. You know, it's that way. And there are those situations where people are like, I've heard it all before. I've heard pastors tell me, I've heard police tell me, I've heard family tell, I've heard it before. How do you go alongside and hold that person's hand that may be a little bit stubborn?
Because the Bible said, all you're getting, get an understanding. I went and got my life coach license. I hold them responsible while I teach them to be responsible.
Love it.
Changing the mindset, I got you. It's just like no man left behind. When it comes to Jacqueline Bridges, no man left behind. I'm not going to leave you.
Nobody left behind.
I'm not going to leave you. It's okay. I'm here. I'm in touch. You can touch me. I'm reachable. Reach me. And I'm going to reach you where you are.
I love it.
And I'm going to pick you up step by step. But I want you to be responsible too. Because if you give them a responsibility, they'll change. I can't do it for you, but I can help you do it. Bridges coaching, baby.
That's right. Drop of the knowledge.
That's my coaching license, Bridges coaching.
Does it ever have to be tough love?
No.
Okay.
Sometimes you can push people away if you be too tough.
Sure.
And so in my little short-lived life, I learned to be more humble with people and not growl at them. Because when you growl at people, you turn them away. And they won't come back. Just like Jesse with the jail situation, the second chance. God give us second chances.
Oh, my gosh.
Why wouldn't you teach a person that went to jail, or like I did with kids in the group home? I'm their hairstylist. I also have a beauty salon, so I minister to people in the beauty salon too. So I not only I make them feel good, but I can make them look beautiful too. How about that?
Look
good, feel
looking good. That's right. Looking good and feeling good.
And your mind right.
What do they say about Deion Sanders? Say you look good, you play good.
You look good, you play good.
That is a full makeover.
That's right.
And then not only that, I give back clothes to the community. I give back food to the community. So hands down, because I want to make sure they got everything they need. And if it's something I can't do, I direct them to the person that can help them. And I say, call me back if they can't help you.
And we'll go to the next
And
person.
we'll find something.
We'll figure it out.
Because I always tell people when I was homeless, you got to have an A, B, C, and a D.
You talking about plan?
Plan.
Yes, that's right.
Because if one don't work, you got to have another.
Because life will punch you in the mouth. And what did Mike Tyson say? Everybody's got a plan until they get that first pop in the jaw.
Exactly.
That's it.
And then
you lose your teeth, and then you got to set it back in place. So when you set it back in place, you got to go to that plan B, because you got to do something.
That's exactly right. I love it.
You got to do something. So, a lot of times in the community too, that I love what we have with policing, that we have a police academy. So that is so good, because the police academy comes into the community.
It's like a citizens academy, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
Yes.
So what it does is give the police the opportunity to collaborate with the citizens.
And engage.
Engaging, helping them understand.
Reconnect, if you will.
Reconnecting. There again, reconnecting. So also the citizen can talk to the police, for an example, if they feel like they target some kind of way.
Sure.
We can have an up-close and personal relationship. But ain't nobody mad, ain't nobody hurt. We building. My number one goal, this is my re-election season. So my basic foundation to build my re-election on is building bridges in your community where they've been torn down with trust, honesty, and respect. You got to have respect for your leaders and your leaders for your citizens.
That's right.
You got to be honest to them too. So it goes hand in hand.
Of course it does.
But sometime in life, in times that we are living in now, people have lost their energy because of dishonest, disrespect,
Sure.
and distrust. So I want to build the bridges back so the community can be stronger. And so I asked myself, I said, when I ran the first couple of times, I said, Lord, what would I do if I get elected as a leader? I mean, how would I, go out in the community and encourage them and lead them through the things that I've been through from my testimony? And I woke up at about 4 o'clock in the morning. I said, wow, the Lord gave it to me. Leadership, love, equal, always, determined, effective return, servicing, helping, inspire people. And that spells leadership.
Gosh.
Wow.
It's hard not to be encouraged and inspired.
You just said build bridges. I mean, it's literally in her name.
Yes, there is. Yes, that's right.
So you have to build bridges because you love what you do. You got to do it equal, always. And if I love you, determined, effective return, servicing, helping, inspire people. That's what I do.
And I love the fact that you're talking about with community and police officers and because that's a two-way street. Mm-hmm. You have to give respect, and this is from the officer to the citizens to the officer.
Absolutely.
It has to be a mutual respect, and I think we've lost that for so long that I love the fact that that feels like it's coming back, and it's someone like you that is helping build that bridge. No pun intended. Build that bridge between officers and the community. Officers
Not only that,
and citizens.
You think about the mayor and council. They think every elected official is crooked. That's not true. Because the stimulus, because that's what people have said over and over and over again. That's not true. That's not true. You build a relationship with them, and you'll get to understand more clear what their position is and what they do in the community. And you got to make sure that you have that relationship, mayor and council, with the citizens. Also, your fire chiefs with your citizens.
Sure.
It goes down the line, reconnecting the dots to bridge the gap in your community to build a strong foundation. When your foundation is strong, it's solid and balanced.
That's right. And I think that's most important because people get wrapped up in the politics of Washington, D.C., but that's not what's affecting your community. It's
what I say? I need to look. I need to look next door.
Mm-hmm.
I need to look behind me.
That's correct.
I need to look in front of me. I ain't got to Washington yet.
Right. And when you get there one day,
then we'll
fix
be
that
there
too.
And we'll be there together to fix it.
Exactly.
Because you got to collaborate in your community with your elected officials and your legislators. Right. It go hand in hand. We work together for the citizens, right? Yep. And then they go to the Gold Dome and put it in place. But if we don't connect with each other at home, we can't go to nobody else's house.
No, that's right.
We got to take care of our own house first.
Let's take care of home. Charity starts at home, right?
It starts at home. So once we take care of home first, victory will be ours in any community, in any city. Victory will be ours because we've set the foundation. We've reconnected the dots. We build bridges. We build the bridges in the community to make it strong. If your mayor and council, policing, fire chiefs, if it's weak, then your city gonna crumble.
Yeah, if your foundation is
it's
shaky,
gonna crack.
Yeah, it's like building. Some was the story with, oh my gosh, which one was it when somebody was building their house on sand? And then it's
just a foundation.
I forget
period.
What it is.
A man that built his house on the sand, it gonna crumble. But the man that built his house on the rock is the solid rock of Jesus, and it'll stand against everything. So that's that part.
I feel like standing up and saying amen. So
that part.
Yeah.
So
you knew exactly where I was going.
I know exactly where you're going. And so that's why I tell everybody to get everything that you need for you to navigate. That means tools in your tool belt, your knowledge, the correct facts about things. Do not go anywhere and don't have factuals. That's embarrassing. Have your facts about if I want to bring an accusation against a police officer or a fire chief or elected official. Have your facts. Because if you ain't got the facts, you can't fight.
That's right.
You always got to remember.
Truth matters.
Truth matters. Because that's another thing. A lot of time people have torn down people's character for no reason.
Oh, yeah.
It's time to build the bridges.
Yeah.
Build them back up.
That's right. And I love the fact you're doing that with reconnecting back with the community, your foundation, as we talk to Jacqulene Bridges, Mayor Pro Tem of Carrollton, Georgia, lifelong citizen of Carrollton, was elected in 2020 for the first time. Mm-hmm. That's right. And then was reelected back in November of 2021. And education, as you gave us the acronym for HELP, education being the number 2 thing in there. And you just talked about it, is the importance of knowing what you're talking about as you go into, whatever the discussion is. I mean, it's no different than the discussion we're having here. And I would imagine that y'all, at a second chance, Jesse, that is so important, the relationship that you have with the city officials, the local city officials, the state officials that you're dealing with, and then the actual community that you serve.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, you can't begin to have a voice. You can't begin to understand. You can't begin to effectuate change if you don't have a seat at the table. So... And that comes with trust, and that comes with building those relationships. I mean, think about it with anything. Are you going to go buy a car from someone you don't know, or are you going to call your buddy that you've known for 5 years that you think is going to give you a fair deal?
Yeah.
You're going to go to the person you know and feel comfortable with every time. We aim to achieve that with what we do.
They're the second chance bail bonds. And I know you would echo that. I mean, it's all about the relationships. It's all about... It's almost like I got a guy for that, for whatever the need in the community is. I've got someone that can help you with that.
And not only that, I go with you.
Yeah, so that's even better.
Yeah,
I go
have
with
a representative too.
Yeah, I go with you. I don't send.
You're gonna make sure you get a good deal.
I'm gonna make sure I stand beside them.
No, that's right.
And go with them. I'm like, hey, I go with you too. If you want to talk to the mayor, I go. You want to talk to the chief, I go. I know all of them.
Right.
You
develop the relationship.
You have to develop the relationship and treat people. My rule of thumb, and it's also scripture. Treat people as if you have them treat you, and you'll never go wrong.
It's the golden rule, I believe, isn't it?
It is.
That's the one.
Treat people like you want to be treated. Don't go around treating people opposite.
And in life, everything's about relationships. There's not anything that you will do in your entire life that's not based on a relationship,
Absolutely.
some shape, form, or fashion. Relationships are the most important thing we can do. Foster relationships and build those bridges, as you're discussing, with people that maybe you don't have the greatest relationship with. Figure out how to eliminate those negatives and bring people together.
And you know how you do that? You go to them in love.
That's right.
In spite of what they've done to you.
That's right.
When you go to somebody in love like that, I promise you it'll change their life. Go to them and offer them to go have lunch. You don't have to ask them what they done, they know. But you want to be the opposite.
That's right.
You want to be the opposite to build that bridge in your community. Because you don't want to go out in your community, oh, I heard you was talking about me. No, baby, it's okay. What can I help you with?
That's right.
What can we do together to help build this community up so people can see our relationship? Don't hold grudges. Let it go.
It's bad for you to hold grudges.
Because you know what? That's why God taught me when I first ran for office. This battle is not yours. No matter how they hurt you, what they've done to you, it's okay. You keep going because you're going to change lives in this world. The community, all over the world, you're going to change lives because you're going to keep telling your story. No matter what nobody do to you, because at the end of the day, they can't hurt you because I got the full armor of God over me from the top of my head to the sole of my feet, and I can walk wherever I want to walk and go.
Amen.
And with a positive attitude because I know I'm going to be all right when I get there.
Yes, ma'am. That's right. We're talking to Jacqulene Bridges. She is the Mayor Pro Tem of Carrollton, Georgia. When we come back on Back Your Blue, final segment, I want to talk about your faith, how you found your faith and how you pass it on, because it's clear that that's such an important part of what you do and who you are. And it's important to me, too. So I want to learn from you next, along with Jesse Fellabaum, who is the Director of Operations at A Second Chance Bail Bonds, in for Daniel Madelon, the CEO, here on Extra 106.3.
Jim Ellis Automotive believes that buying a car should be quick, easy, and convenient. Hi, this is Buck Ballou speaking on behalf of my friends at Jim Ellis Automotive Group. When you're ready for your next car, truck, or SUV, I invite you to visit JimEllis.com. It's the easiest way to shop and compare more than 5,000 new, certified pre-owned, and pre-owned vehicles. Find the right vehicle that's right for you and use the Jim Ellis Expressway to start or complete your entire purchase online. Calculate your payment, determine the value of your trade, secure financing, and more. At Jim Ellis Automotive, you can shop from the comfort of your home or on the go with your mobile device or in person at any of our 21 family-owned and operated dealerships located throughout Metro Atlanta. Jim Ellis Automotive also provides at-home services including test drives, new vehicle delivery, and some service appointments. Ready for a quick, easy, and convenient car buying experience? Visit JimEllis.com today. Jim Ellis Automotive, where you can always expect the best.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. Okay, you're driving along. Suddenly you hear that horrible sound of metal and crunching. It's an accident. Even if it's a little minor fender bender, man, that could be a nightmare. First, obviously, take care of yourself. But before you make a deal with an insurance company or anybody else, call David Van Sant with Van Sant Law. You know why? Because he used to work for the insurance company, so he knows how to get the right settlement and right away. Van Sant Law, don't forget, if you don't get paid, they don't get paid. Protecting your interests. Insurance is great, but it's complicated. 855-GA-INJURY or vansantlaw.com.
This is Back Your Blue, presented by A Second Chance Bail Bonds, live on Extra 106.3 FM and streaming for free anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Welcome back to Back Your Blue. My name is Tug Coward on Extra 106.3, along with Jesse Fellebaum. He is the Director of Operations at A Second Chance Bail Bonds in for Daniel Madelon. And our guest, Jacqueline Bridges, has been, no, you're just fine. She is a light today. She is going to make your day better just from for having heard from her. Before we get to your faith, you do all of this while running businesses too. 2 of them, right? Am I right about that?
Yes.
A beauty salon and then a beauty supply company.
Yes.
Where do you find time to work all this in? I mean,
No excuses.
no, I'm not asking for any. I'm intrigued. I'm just blown away. I just don't know many people that can do all of those things at one time.
See, this is the thing. When you set your mind to do something, no excuses. Never give up, never quit. I went and I was doing a, what you want to call apprenticeship in a salon. And when I first started doing hair. And I worked at OFS, I worked at a company, but I was also the top leader person at the company with the most suggestions, and they didn't want to let me go.
I can't imagine that.
They didn't want to let me go when I left the company, but I was building myself. And in my mind, like I said, you had to speak those things that they were, and they're coming to full fruition. And I kept saying, I'm going to leave the plant. I'm going to start my own business. So in my apprenticeship intern with the salon, I finished, went to the state board, passed on the first try, skipped cosmetology school, went to a university, and I was a vice president of my class. And then went from there. And I said, well, if I'm going to be doing the hair, I might as well have the supplies. So that motivated me to start my beauty supply store so they can come in and get their beauty prescription for their hair once they go home. So it all in sync, it worked hand in hand. And then with my faith, God make room for your gifts. So with that being said, everybody intrigued with what I do, because when I'm at the salon, I can navigate. I can still help people. Like if I get a call, something for the city, I just had to mash a button. Hey, I got somebody over there needs your help. Okay, y'all got it? Good deal.
Built yourself a network.
Mm-hmm. So like this morning, it was a tree in the road. So I stopped in the road. I said, well, maybe I can pull the tree down myself.
Oh, my.
And I pulled it. And I'm like, oh my God, it might fall in my head. I said, let me call the city so they can move it. Because I thought I could just pull it. Because the citizens were calling, Mr. Tree gonna fall on somebody's head or on their car, and it might kill them. I said, it looked like a little thin branch. Let me pull it. So I couldn't pull it. So I called the city, told them to move it. When I came back up the street, it was done. Called a citizen, it's done. And they were so happy because I got it done. I don't wait, I do it right then. So you don't let grass grow under your feet. And then I've been to school, I've been, I done a whole bunch of stuff, but God make room for your gift. That's why, back to my faith, you have to go back to the principles.
Absolutely.
The principle never changes. People do.
Yes.
So if you live the life of a Christian, your fruits of the Spirit
Absolutely right.
will exceed beyond measures what God have for you. God knows the plans he have for you, saith the Lord. So when he give you the plan to navigate, you're unstoppable. And you never can fail when you put God first. No matter what you do, you cannot fail. So I teach people, like I taught yesterday. I taught Sunday school. And my lesson was the power of God. Faith is your characteristic as a Christian. Faith, the grain of a mustard seed, it moves mountain. You walk on that and you stand on that and you will not fail. You won't fail.
I love it. Where'd your faith come from? You had, was it before the bumpy times in your life when you were younger, or did it start there, or was it already there?
It started there.
Started there.
But I know it was in me, though.
But where does it come from? Did you have that person that came to you and was a mentor? Did you have a pastor or
No, it was born. It was born in me.
I love it.
Because when I was walking around in the project, I'm gonna tell you, this is how I know it was born in me. Because I seen a project, when I was homeless, I walked by it every day. But I was staying with a girl 2 doors up. I said, oh my God, there's an apartment empty. I got to have that apartment. I don't have nowhere to live. I got to have that apartment. Every day I go to the door and touch it. I said, Father God, you know what I need. You know what I need. I touch that door every day when I walk those streets. And guess what? I got that apartment.
The door was opened. Wow.
God allowed me to get that apartment. I would never forget it. I put my hands on it. I touched it. I said, Lord, I got a room for my daughter and a room for me. I need this. So that was the beginning of my faith walk with God, because I knew he wasn't going to never let me down, and he hasn't.
And he hasn't.
Nope.
You remind me a lot of my mama.
Nope.
My mama, and you say a lot of the same things. You have the same mentality. Mm-hmm. You have that same faith, and it is it's a blessing just to be able to have.
That's why I can't give up.
That's right.
I can't quit. I can't give up. I can't see negative. I can't see not winning the victory at hand, because God guided my footsteps.
Let me tell you, Jesse, I've told my mama on many occasions, and I bet that Jacqueline's been told this a few times too. And I was like, Mama, I just don't know that's going to work. I don't know it's going to work. It's just no way that's going to work. Whatever her plan is, whatever. And she's like, and she doesn't call me Tug. Everybody calls me Tug. She'll say, Jerry, if God's willed it to be done, it'll be done.
It'll be done. And you have to stand on it.
And let me tell you, I've never seen it fail.
It ain't going to fail.
I've gotten to the point, as I've gotten older, I don't even argue back anymore. Mm-mm. When she tells me something, no matter what it could sound like the most outlandish thing in the world, and I'll just say, okay, Mama. Mm-hmm. I just don't argue, because I know better.
I know it's coming.
I'm going to be in the wrong again.
Since we're telling mama stories,
yes.
and in the spirit of this extreme positivity in this room, my mom used to make me say, before I walked out to school, I'm strong, powerful, successul, and I can do anything I set my mind to.
Amen.
And until I said it in the tone that was accepting to her, I couldn't leave the house.
Yeah, she's gonna make sure.
That's it.
But that's what a beautiful love that your mother had for you.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is.
Shout out, Laura.
You have to tell yourself, I can do all things through Christ that strengthen me. I say it every day. That's the first thing I do when I open my eyes. I can do all things through Christ that strengthen me. And then me personally, I cannot go backwards, because I will fail a lot of people. I refuse to fail my community. I refuse.
A wonderful woman, and y'all in Carrollton are blessed to have Jacqueline Bridges in your community. She's doing good work, and we appreciate your time. Thank you.
You're welcome.
God bless you, ma'am.
God bless you all.
Thank you.
Jesse, thank you for being here. This is Back Your Blue on Extra 106.3.
This is an Extra 106.3 podcast. To hear more live and local content like this, tune into 106.3 FM or download the Extra 106.3 app.
Jim Ellis Automotive believes that buying a car should be quick, easy, and convenient. Hi, this is Buck Ballou speaking on behalf of my friends at Jim Ellis Automotive Group. When you're ready for your next car, truck, or SUV, I invite you to visit JimEllis.com. It's the easiest way to shop and compare more than 5,000 new, certified pre-owned, and pre-owned vehicles. Find the right vehicle that's right for you and use the Jim Ellis Expressway to start or complete your entire purchase online. calculate your payment, determine the value of your trade, secure financing, and more. At Jim Ellis Automotive, you can shop from the comfort of your home or on the go with your mobile device or in person at any of our 21 family-owned and operated dealerships located throughout Metro Atlanta. Jim Ellis Automotive also provides at-home services including test drives, new vehicle delivery, and some service appointments. Ready for a quick, easy, and convenient car buying experience? Visit JimEllis.com today. Jim Ellis Automotive, where you can always expect the best.
There are crazies on the road. Who knows where they're all going, but if one of them hits you, don't take care of it on your own. Call my friend David Van Sant. He is the lawyer that used to work for the insurance company. The team at Van Sant Law knows who to call, what to say, and will make sure you get what you deserve and what the insurance company doesn't want to pay for. They have your best interest at heart and will take care of everything. If you don't get paid, they don't get paid. My advice, save Van Sant Law in your phone. Today, 855 GA Injury, vansantlaw.com.